helping you to weather good and bad economies without putting retirement on hold. This is the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo. Ken and his son Nick know that creating a comprehensive financial plan can align your hard-earned life savings with your retirement goals. Consider them your retirement architects. Now, the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo.
All right, guys, this time of year, besides tax season, it's also wedding season. That typically starts to really kick up in the weeks of May and June. So let's say that you wanted to add some luxury to the big celebration. This is wedding and events planner Anissa Coleman on the Rich Lesson podcast. Keep in mind, she is talking about thousands of dollars.
For our luxury wedding, I had to put a minimum in place. So a minimum wedding right now for me is between 95 to 150. That's like on the surface. Now, once we start putting in those bells and whistles, those numbers grow. That number sounds not realistic to a lot of people, but that's what it costs. You're seeing this. This is what people are spending. This is what they are doing. Your vision is your vision, so it's still going to cost.
$95,000 to $150,000 for a wedding, fellas. I know that as financial advisors, you probably have all kinds of opinions about that, but let's not go down that rabbit hole. Let's stick to
we won't.
the topic at hand and think about when you sit down with somebody and expectations, because a lot of people might have a vision for retirement, whether that's luxury travel or maybe a new luxury car or something of that nature, but they have no idea what that vision might actually cost. How often do you see that happen? And how do you help them figure out things realistically?
Yeah, and one of the first things we ask when someone comes in is, what are the next big expenses that you're thinking about doing, whether it's bad things, roof on the house, boiler breaks, water heater, or the good things. Am I trying to get a second home in retirement? Do I have any weddings to plan for? Yeah. It actually makes me think of someone I just dealt with a couple weeks ago, a client that I've been working with for a couple of years now. And I knew a wedding was coming up. He has a daughter and the first kid's already married and the second one will be married eventually end of the year. It's in the fall, the wedding. Okay. And he told me, his share of the pie was he has to pay $15,000 for a wedding. Wow. Which is way better than $90,000. Yeah. 90's crazy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because I think the average now is about 30, 35.
Yeah, it's no judging, but it's a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And side note too, I went to a wedding in New York about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. With my wife's family, $150,000 I heard was the price tag. Wow. Yeah. So I do see these luxury weddings once in a while from some people. So but you want to plan for these big events so you know that, okay, I can still retire at X date or what I'm trying to plan for is to get the best advantage. So like for my client, they're married, he's still working, she's also still working, and they want to retire next year too. And they have a wedding to pay off, and they also want to pay off the house before they retire. And they still have a big chunk on the house. I think it was about $114,000. So I got to plan for that and the wedding within the next couple of years. And what I did was I kind of looked at we have a tax software that emulates a tax return. Mm-hmm. How much more money can we squeeze in the federal tax bracket, what they're currently in? So what I mean by that is the federal tax code's progressive, 0, 10, 12, 22, and so on. And he's in the 22. And he can fit about $115,000 more in the 22% tax bracket, which was good. Okay. So we got the wedding paid off, the $15,000, and then we put a big payment down on the house. And then the house will be paid off in 2027 to finish off because we got to wait for the next tax year for that piece. So it was kind of building out the plan and it ended up helping save about $2,500 to $3,000 in tax. That plus, because he's going to still have to pay interest on the house as well for the next 7 months. Right. But it actually, what I also did was too, we only took out $95,000 instead of the $115,000. Just in case there's a couple extra wedding expenses that happen, because we all know that happens. Yes. You never know on those things. So you want to plan for the unexpected too. We're in the beginning of the year still too, and things could happen. Like I said, if his roof, he gets a leak and now we got to go pay for a roof too. I don't want to push him the next tax bracket. So we left some room in case something does happen. So that was the big thing about building out that plan, making sure that he's getting the best advantage for him to get him ready to retire, because he's getting sick and tired of work. He's ready to go. He's just trying to get to 65 to get to Medicare age, just so they're both there and they don't have to pay Access Health prices, because that's a mess right now. Another side note that we can talk about another day. But it's building out that plan to give them the best advantage. So that's where, if you want to give us a call, our qualified callers, we do that Tumolo Retirement Checkup complimentary. Our phone number, 860-854-3434, or you go to our website at tfcheckup.com.
Thinking about the plan and thinking about weddings, but we've got a client, husband and wife, they got 3 kids, and one of the daughters is getting married. And he was always nervous about spending money. But the wife's like, no, we're paying for this wedding. So
FYI, Dad.
He is like worried. Is the best way to put it. Weddings coming out to about $80,000.
Got it.
And so it's a big, expensive wedding. And but it's giving the family joy. It's the best way for me to explain it. Daughters are excited. Wife's excited. He was nervous. And so what we had to do, we had the original retirement checkup built for them, and they both knew the numbers. They both had a good idea what was going to be left over when they were 90. They had good problems. They saved well. So it's not like they were going to run out of money. It's just he's just not used to it. Most people aren't. When you save your whole life, most people are nervous about taking money out of their accounts, because they're used to putting money in there. So now we have to get over that psychological hurdle. And so what we did to get over it, knowing that the wedding was 2 years out when they started to talk about it, it's actually this year. But the big thing is when we started talking about it, we planned to take out money last year and this year to spread out the tax burden. But what I had to do, and I had to do it multiple times, I had to take the Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup and emulate the cost of the wedding in there. And so what we did was we pretended that the wedding was going to be $100,000, even though they were targeting 80 because they were worried. And what we showed them was at 90, this is how much is left if you take that 100,000 out of your whole picture. And showing that to him. And then, in the first meeting, I was like, we can do this, right? 3 months later, Ken, I'm taking money out of the account. I'm worried. I'm like, you took out exactly what we told you you're going to take out so far. And I'm still getting worried because I'm taking money out of the account. And I'm like, don't worry. Let's jump on a Zoom, because he's technology. He's just fine with. So we jumped on a Zoom together, brought up the plan again, went over it again with the money out of there. And then he felt good again. Get into this year. Beginning of the year, we're taking out the rest of the money for the wedding, and he's nervous again. And so he worries. His wife doesn't worry. And so in the review, I had to do the same thing, put it in front of them, showing them the money that came out this year, and that they still were going to have over $1 million left over at 90. And that was the big thing. It's just getting the two of them comfortable. And she was comfortable. She just saw the numbers, spreadsheets. She's in the spreadsheets. And she's like, I see the spreadsheet. I know the numbers. You put it in front of me. I'm good. It's just getting him there. And so we had to do it multiple times, and there's no problem with doing that.
I was about to say, it's okay, because there's different kinds of, that's the whole idea about the work that you do. There's all different kinds of savers and investors, and you guys work with all different types.
And I want, like Nick and I, we want to get our clients comfortable spending. We want them to be okay doing those things, because you don't want to look back when you're 80 and say, hey, I should have threw some extra money in for my daughter's wedding.
I know, yeah.
Don't second guess it.
And the thing too is it's not just the tax planning. Let us deal with that piece. It's also the peace of mind too. I mean, we've had clients before. Can I afford this car? Can I just pay it outright? Can I buy this boat? We want to give them that peace of mind, so they are checking off those bucket list items in retirement, so they're not looking back on it at age 90.
So start with the retirement checkup, and it's a good tool to check in along the way to make sure you can keep spending. Our number, and we do it complimentary for our listeners, 860-854-3434, or go right to our website, tfcheckup.com, and book an appointment there.
Investment advice offered through Tumolo Wealth Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Content contained herein should not be construed as an offer or solicitation for investment advice or for the purchase or sale of any security, insurance, or other investment product. Please consult with a qualified financial, tax, accounting, or legal professional before implementing any ideas or strategies discussed here.